on through the highways, and on
Hello everyone and welcome to this video. So as all of you know by now, we're going to get the updated Mustangs during the summer. I don't know if they're going to be the next breed that we're going to get. I have no idea how far along they are. They might be, they might not. But today we're going to talk about a very special guy because we got kind of a confirmation that we're going to get him back. So yeah, I wanted to talk about it as always. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, make sure to subscribe. It really means a lot, and now let's get into it. So as you read in the title, I'm going to talk about Spirit that we're going to get as a Gen 3 Mustang horse. You probably know who Spirit is. He is a very famous fictional horse. There's been so many movies and series and, other stuff made about him. And I feel like every person who really likes horses saw that movie. I haven't. I don't know how. I think probably because I was very young and I don't know, might not have been translated into my language. And I feel like even the story of the movie to someone like me who hasn't actually watched it, you kind of know what happened. So yeah, a very famous horse. We did actually have him in SSO for I think 2-3 years, something like that. SSO teamed up with DreamWorks when they came out with their new series about Spirit. I think it was Spirit Riding Free. So that's when SSO teamed up with, or I guess DreamWorks teamed up with SSO to kind of promote the series, and in collaboration they made Spirit that we have in game today. And I'm gonna be honest, I do like the Gen 2 Spirit, but he is a little quirky. He's a little special. There's a few special things about him in SSO. You can't put any tack on him, and he also doesn't buck. Other Mustangs do, he just rears. But he's not the best looking, he's not the most handsome horse, and also you can't buy him right now because he has left, I think, in May of 2019, so it's been quite a while. And I feel like there's always so many questions like, oh, is Spirit coming back? Like, what happened? I want to get him. And I feel like there's also many people who had Spirit and then sold him and regret it now. But don't worry, we're actually going to get Spirit along with the Gen 3 Mustang horses. Obviously, SSO didn't confirm it, and I don't even know if they can legally be like, oh yeah, we're remaking Spirit. But I'm gonna show you why I'm like 100% sure that they're going to make him. Anyway, how I first came to this conclusion was just because I was on Instagram. That was before I actually saw the post of SSO revealing all of the coat colors for the Gen 3 Mustangs that SSO posted. It was a post made by one of the SSO employees, Lotta, who is a lead creature/character artist at Star Stable. She posted a snapshot of the movie Spirit with, Spirit in it. And she said, my entire life I've been convinced Spirit was a buckskin. After a long discussion at work and actually looking at images from the movie, I was proven wrong. Baydon and buckskin are often mistaken for each other, especially if the mane had no frosting and the legs no wild markings. Just look at that dorsal stripe and tell me he's a buckskin. So yeah, I was already kind of suspicious that she talked about it, especially since, they're making the Gen 3 Mustangs, and again, she's the lead character/creature artist, so it would make sense for her to talk about it. I think a little after Lotta posted this to her Instagram, SSO actually revealed which coat colors we're going to get for the Gen 3 Mustangs. They said, a few weeks ago, we posted a story asking for your expectations of the Mustang Gen 3. Here's a summary of our findings. We picked 7 coat colors based on your feedback and our research of the breed. We'll even add a color that is brand new to the game. Art is a living process, and sometimes things change along the way. Therefore, we cannot guarantee that all these 7 coats will be made in the end, but we will do our best to keep you posted. You also told us the Mustang should have a bucking animation, look powerful when galloping, and have a wild long mane and feathering. We're still in the beginning of the production, and we aim to release the Mustang this summer customer. Stay tuned for more information. P.S. The images we used come from breeds we've already released, not the final product, and the coat colors they included were done Bay Roan, Grullo, Leopard, Light Palomino, Black, and Wild Bay Pinto. And I mean, even here, they did say that one of the coats is gonna be done. It's not Bay done, but I feel like that is already kind of basically Spirit. I mean, they look pretty similar, especially the warm toned like horses. I guess if it's gonna be the same color as the one they put here, it's not gonna be exactly the same, but we still have a chance, or I guess a higher chance. SSO posted a story a few hours ago. They said, "We saw a lot of comments wishing for an extra color of the Mustang, so we thought, why not? The 8th coat color of the Mustang will be the buckskin." And they also, you know, made an update to the caption of the post where they revealed all of the coat colors. And if we look at the coat in the story, it does look a lot more like, you know, Spirit. So honestly, I don't think people are actually gonna care if the buckskin or the dun coat looks more like Spirit, especially for younger people who play SSO. I mean, if you want to play Spirit and you see a horse that looks like Spirit, even though it doesn't technically have the same coat, I don't think you're gonna complain. So I'm not sure, do buckskins all have this dark mane and tail? It seems so. The only way SSO would make it so that, you know, it wouldn't really be Spirit is if they made like a really dark, I don't even know what you would call it. It looks like some kind of blanket that was put on the horse that makes it really dark. But I don't know, like dun also looks a lot like Spirit. I think it really depends, and the one that SSO posted about looks really dark. Like Spirit is almost like, I don't even know how I would describe this color. I guess it's just like yellowy brown and the saturation is really high. What is this? Okay, you know what, I'm not gonna go on, but yeah, I think if SSO made something like this, does Spirit have any? Okay, he has no facial. Oh, he has the eyebrows. I thought, oh, so now that we know SSO is making a buckskin Mustang and a dun Mustang, I think we can all agree that SSO will just go ahead and make a coat that looks like Spirit. I mean, especially now when it seems like they're having a little financial crisis, I think this would just be the best thing that they could do, because as opposed to, you know, other horses that come out, I'm sure, you know, weeks, months, years after their release, there's not that many sales on them. But if they release a horse that looks exactly like Spirit, maybe a little bit different, people are still gonna be buying it years later just because. So I think it's really smart, and honestly, I'm like 100% sure that they're going to do it. Also because they were actually planning on releasing a horse that looks like Spirit in Gen 2. It seemed like it would be one of those horses that were added like as an extra coat color, you know, a few weeks, months after the first release. But then it seems like they had the collab with DreamWorks and they scrapped it. But again, there was supposed to be a Gen 2 Spirit, which is another reason why I'm so sure. I mean, even if it's not gonna look exactly like Spirit, I'm sure it's gonna look at least somewhat like it. And again, I just think it would be an extremely smart thing of them to do. So anyway, let me know if you have the Gen 2 Spirit. I do have him. At first I didn't want to buy him, but then I was like, you know what, he's leaving and I do have FOMO, so I just left. And also let me know if you would buy the Gen 3 Mustang that had a coat basically the same as Spirit. But yeah, let me know if you also think that we're going to get him. I mean, we're getting a buckskin and a dun. What are the chances that they mess that up? But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video as always, and I'm gonna see you in my next one. Bye!